The American dream, a phrase packed with hope, ambition, and the belief that anyone, regardless of where they come from, can climb the ladder of success through sheer hard work, resilience, and determination. It's more than just a catchy slogan. It's a deeply embedded ideal that has shaped the soul of American culture and cinema for generations. In this video, we're diving into 10 unforgettable films that brilliantly portray the complex, emotional, and often conflicting journey toward achieving the American dream. Number 1. The Pursuit of Happyness. Chris Gardner's journey in the pursuit of happiness is a powerful reminder of how deeply someone can believe in a better future. Struggling as a salesman in San Francisco, Gardner faces unemployment, homelessness, and the immense pressure of raising his young son alone. His days are filled with rejection and sacrifice, while his nights are sometimes spent sleeping in shelters. The film doesn't shy away from his hardships, but it focuses on his refusal to give up. Even when he has nothing, it's that tireless resilience, grounded in love for his son and faith in himself, that eventually turns things around. His story captures the raw essence of chasing a dream against all odds, proving that success isn't always about luck, but about refusing to quit when everything tells you to. Number 2. Rocky Balboa is a small-time boxer from Philadelphia who's barely scraping by, working as a debt collector and fighting in rundown gyms. Life isn't glamorous and he's far from a star, but everything changes when he's given a once-in-a-lifetime chance to fight Apollo Creed, the reigning heavyweight champion. It's a publicity stunt for Creed, but for Rocky, it's his shot to prove he's more than just another nobody. With limited resources, Rocky trains in gritty, unconventional ways, punching meat in a freezer, sprinting through the city, and climbing those now iconic museum steps. His determination becomes a force in itself, driven by the simple belief that he can go the distance. Number 3. Hidden Figures. Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson were brilliant minds working at NASA during the height of the space race. But their story wasn't just about launching astronauts. It was about fighting for a seat at the table. As Black women in a white male-dominated field, they faced institutional racism and sexism daily. They were called computers, denied recognition, and made to run across campus just to use a restroom designated for them. Katherine Johnson's calculations were crucial for John Glenn's orbital flight. Dorothy Vaughan became a self-taught expert in early computer programming. Mary Jackson fought to become NASA's first Black female engineer. These were women who didn't just excel in their fields. They broke barriers with quiet determination. Their brilliance forced the system to recognize them. They weren't handed opportunities, they created them. Their story shows that sometimes the American dream isn't about fitting into the system, but about changing it entirely. Number 4. Rudy. Rudy Rudiger grew up in a working-class family where dreams like playing football for Notre Dame were seen as fantasy. He was too small, too slow, and struggled academically due to undiagnosed dyslexia. Everyone around him, from his teachers to his own family, told him it wasn't going to happen. But Rudy didn't listen. He took on janitorial work at the university just to be near the team. He enrolled at a junior college, improved his grades, and applied multiple times before finally being accepted. Even then, he wasn't given a spot on the team, but he kept showing up, kept grinding, kept believing. It wasn't for fame, it was for every underdog who was ever told they weren't good enough. Rudy is a powerful reminder that passion, perseverance, and self-belief can take you places that talent alone never will. Number 5. Field of Dreams, 1989. Set in the heart of Iowa's farmland, Field of Dreams follows Ray Kinsella, a humble farmer who begins hearing a voice whispering. Everyone around him doubts his sanity, but Ray trusts the message, risking his livelihood and reputation in the process. What unfolds is more than a sports fantasy. It's a story about rediscovering purpose and holding on to wonder in a cynical world. It speaks to the quiet, deeply personal dreams we carry, the ones that don't always make sense on paper, but feel right in the heart. It's not about fame or fortune. It's about faith, risk, and the reward of listening when something inside says go. Number 6. October Sky, 1999. Set against the backdrop of a 1950s coal mining town in West Virginia, October Sky tells the true story of Homer Hickam, a teenager who dares to dream beyond the smoke and soot of his surroundings. While most boys are expected to follow their fathers into the mines, Homer sets his sights upward, inspired by the launch of Sputnik and the possibility of space exploration. His father disapproves, the town doubts him, resources are scarce, and rocket science isn't something you just pick up after school. But Homer refuses to give in. What makes October Sky so moving is that it captures something universal: the desire to carve out your own future, no matter where you start. It's about courage, grit, and the kind of dream that burns quietly but never fades. Homer's journey shows that success isn't handed down. It's earned through belief, work, and the willingness to reach beyond what others expect of you. Number 7, Good Will Hunting, 1997. In Good Will Hunting, Will is a janitor at MIT with a hidden gift: an extraordinary ability to solve complex mathematical problems, but his genius is overshadowed by emotional scars, buried anger, and a fear of being vulnerable. It's not academic accolades or fame that Will needs. What unfolds is a deeply human story about a young man who's not fighting to prove how smart he is. His journey shows that success doesn't always begin with brilliance. It begins when we confront our fears, forgive our past, and open ourselves to change. Good Will Hunting reminds us that the American dream isn't measured by titles or achievements. Sometimes it's the courage to grow emotionally and break free from the patterns that keep us small. It's a quiet kind of transformation, but no less powerful. Number 8, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump isn't chasing glory. He's not trying to outsmart anyone or climb any ladder. He simply follows his heart, stays true to his word, and shows up over and over again. His life unfolds not through strategy or ambition, but through quiet perseverance and an open heart. What sets Forrest apart isn't brilliance or drive, it's his purity of intention. He loves deeply, stays loyal to his friends, and treats people with unwavering respect, regardless of how they treat him. And somehow, all of that turns into a life of purpose and impact. Forrest Gump suggests that success doesn't have to be loud or calculated. Sometimes the real American dream is found in doing the right thing, loving fully and staying the course, even when you don't fully understand where it's leading. It's a story about how being good can shape a life that's quietly extraordinary. Number 9, Minari. Minari tells the story of a Korean-American family who moves to rural Arkansas in the 1980s, chasing the promise of a better future by starting a farm from scratch. With no safety net and little outside help, they dig into unfamiliar soil, both literally and emotionally, hoping their efforts will one day bloom into something lasting for their children. What sets Minari apart is its quiet honesty. There are no sweeping speeches or dramatic breakthroughs, just a portrait of a family doing everything they can to stay afloat, stay together, and stay hopeful. It shines a light on the often overlooked emotional and physical labor. At its core, Minari reflects a deeply personal version of the American dream, one that values family over fortune and legacy over applause. It's about building something with love, enduring hardship with dignity, and holding on to hope, even when life feels uncertain. Number 10, The Great Gatsby. Gatsby seems to have everything: wealth, status, and the most extravagant parties on Long Island. But beneath the champagne and shimmering lights is a man chasing a dream that's already gone. The Great Gatsby is more than a story of riches. When the American dream becomes tangled in illusion, nostalgia, and the need for validation, it can corrode from the inside out. Gatsby reaches the top, but finds no peace there. It's a powerful reminder that success without authenticity, love without truth, and ambition without grounding can turn even the brightest dream into a quiet tragedy. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.